YouTube. 3, 2, 1. Live on YouTube.
I can't hear you.
Button. This mute button. They put this mute button in the strangest places. We're live on X. Okay, let me move this. Duplicate here. Let's bring this down for comments. I'll bring YouTube over for comments. And then, let's see, last but not least, where are you? Okay. All right, we're live on IG. Very good. Let's get it started.
Time alone when I am perfectly willing to give her everything she needs. I don't care about her past. I don't care what she's been through. I just wanna feel one night with good love, baby. That's all I wanna do. So baby, if you got that feeling, well, I wanna give you that midnight healing. You know what I'm talking about, yeah. Just turn the lights down low. Come right on over here to me.
Very good.
I know you don't want no commitments, baby. I just wanna set your body free. And I don't care what's going on in the night outside my door. I just wanna get your head right, baby. Give you all the love I got for sure. So baby, if you've got that feeling, you know I wanna give you that midnight healing. Oh, I just wanna make love to you all night long. Midnight healing, baby. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Okay. Everything set? I think we have everything set. All right, what's up, y'all? Oh, one last thing that I wanted to change. There we go. I almost forgot. There we go. Yeah? Okay, perfect. All right. Check, check, check. Mic check. Just check audio. Okay, we sound good. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. Good after. Yeah, we're good. Good afternoon, y'all. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Hour of Power. I know it's a little difference in time, but sometimes we gotta make it work. Doesn't matter. It's a little different going in the afternoon. Don't forget, we're gonna be running. So TGIF will be running at 1. And I'll make my way over there at 2. However, welcome to the Hour of Power. You guys know how Fridays work, HOPE. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas to everyone out there who celebrated. Christmas was yesterday. Was it yesterday? No, it was Wednesday. Oh, man, I'm losing track of days. Christmas Day was Wednesday, right? That's right, because we had our holiday show. But anyway, happy holidays to y'all. All right, so today's show, our guest, Viorika. We're going to bring her on in a minute. But just a little background. You guys met her once before on a community show. It was a community show for Can Community. Can Community participated in the Super Community Gallery with Sketch and Shiri. You guys see that we do our shows on Wednesdays over there with the Super Community Gallery and all the community shows. And if it wasn't for Sketch, these community shows wouldn't have been born. So I think these community shows are great. They give us a chance to get to know the community leaders. And, the community leaders are artists too, so not all community leaders, but the majority of them. And so it just doesn't seem right not bringing them on and spotlighting their art. So you guys met Viorika. Also, you got to see Jackie and Viorika, who have both created the Can Community. And you saw Jackie, I think, about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I think 2 weeks ago, 2 Fridays back. And now you get to meet Viorika. So without further ado, let's bring her on. Oh, we got her. All right, we got her. Let me switch it over here. There we go. All right, Viorika, say hello to everybody.
Oh, okay. Hello, everybody. Hello, so nice to be here. Thank you so much, Mark, for inviting me as a guest to your show. It's a really, really, really interesting experience and great honor for me. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. We had you guys, the Super Twins, the Super Sisters here. We had your sister about 2 weeks ago. Well, not real life sister, but I feel like that you guys are both part of the same thing. With the Can Community, right? We got a chance to speak to you and meet you through there, but not really a chance to get to know you more as a community leader. And so this is we're gonna take this show and get to know you more as an artist, because I have a lot of questions for you. I just have a tablet. I have no idea how to use it, and now the more that I get to meet you digital guys, especially some of you physical guys who transferred to digital. Very interesting. I have so many questions about tablets now. I need to know how everyone learned. But before we get into that, Viorika, why don't you take some time and introduce us to you, maybe talk a little bit about your art, and just give us a brief introduction to who you are and a little bit about your background. Why don't you take it from here?
Okay, yeah, my name is Viorika. This is not my nickname, it's my real name. What can I say? I was an artist, I guess, from my childhood, from since I was born. So it always was with me. I was. My mom was drawing as well, so it's always been normal for me. So I don't know another life without art. From childhood, I was drawing, I was dancing, I was singing, I was sculpturing. So all the art was with me every time of my life. And now I'm like no, 2.5 years in NFT. Before I like starting to draw digitally um, almost 9 years ago. So something like this. And yeah, I'm one of the community leader of Can NFT Club with Jackie, with my sis Jackie, as like you said. So we made this community to grow together, to make each other stronger and more united, more positive. So yeah, here we are.
Okay. So Viorika, I need to know more. So little Viorika, she was did you say sculpt too? So before there was digital pads and before there was digital drawing, and before NFTs and before AI and before all of this, you know, tech got involved into creating art, there was all physical artists. And I would think back then when you were younger, you probably were in a lot of physical art. Sounds like your parents had a background in art. So why don't you talk about young Viorika? Like, when did you get started? What were you did you take any art classes? I mean, did you go to school for any art? How did that? I mean, if you had parents that were artists as well, it sounds like you sculpted as well, and that seems really interesting, especially at a young age. So maybe you can talk a little bit about that.
Okay, so you just pay attention on this sculpturing, but it's not really maybe so professional. It was like, hobby to make something with your hands. Okay, I will talk about this a little bit later. So yeah, when I started, I think I don't know when I started. When I was born, I was started because yeah, as I said, my mom was drawing, and she was drawing. In kindergartens on the walls, in hospitals on the walls, for children, like something like this, some kind of fairy tales, images, and every time at home, of course, we were drawing together, or like sculpturing with how to say plastilin. This kind of for kids.
Play-Doh,
Yeah,
like the
I guess.
clay.
Yeah. And something like this. We created something every time with our hands. Some interesting stuff for home. For we have my parents have a home. So my mom always sculpturing something for for the garden, to make something beautiful. So I think I was growing in this atmosphere of creating something, of creative atmosphere, and this is always was something normal. And I didn't think that it will be something that I will work with. So it was like a part of my life, like my hobby, like something that I do for myself, for my heart. But and I was never in the school for artists.
Okay.
I was um, never learned. Always just studied by myself. So I tried some techniques. We didn't have the internet that times.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was small girl, and uh, it, how to say, it was that kind of time when we don't have had the internet at all. So all it was studies from books, from from some movies, and when I saw some images, I tried to draw it, to express this on my canvas, on paper. And I think like when I was 14 or 15, um, I started to draw people, women's body, nude women's body, because it was interesting to me, like anatomy of human bodies and the light and shadow, because I was drawing with my pencil only in monochrome, style. So I. I was just enjoying the process, and then I just realized that I was studying by myself all this light and shadow on the bodies, and it was so how to say, естественно. Mm. Wait a minute. Yeah, it was so naturally. Thank you for the time.
Okay, okay.
It was so natural for me. Like I just enjoying the process, studied everything, each technique with the paints, with the pencils, lights and shadows, so composition. Um, just because I was enjoying the process, it was interesting for me. Not, I don't had the goal to make commissions or something like this. Just I was in the process, and I love the process the most right now. Still.
Okay. So when you were 14 and you really started to venture into art, I you know you know what I was gonna say? I was gonna just say, like, how did you learn? Did you watch YouTube? But I don't think, was YouTube around? No. Was it?
No, no.
No, right? Okay. So I was gonna say, how did you learn? I mean, did you study from books? Did you ever end up taking any type of art, or did you just open up a book and start practicing and learning?
Yeah, just start practicing. Like I saw some beautiful images from some books, and I tried to drawing something like this. And of course, from the start, it was not perfect. I tried to understand where I have the mistakes. I tried one more time and one more time, and that's why I like practicing, and after that, when I was already not so younger, not so young, I already found some books about art, and then from internet, some master classes, some some information, some material, some information about compositions, about the anatomy, about everything. So I just put all this knowledge, you know, mm, above everything that I have as a skill, as a practicing. So yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like creating art, like you said, the word happened very naturally,
Hmm.
where you know, it was just kind of something that maybe you grew up around, you lived around, there was a lot of art presence around you, and then you became part of it. The reason why I'm so very interested in this part is because a lot of times, and not so much a lot of times, but a lot of times within NFT artists, or when I'm speaking to NFT artists, a lot of them started creating art and learning how to do art, and or returning back to art when maybe they just kind of tinkered throughout their life. But you know, when I went through your gram, I realized that you were creating art way before NFT art. You know, you seem to be very active as in far of in terms of sketching and drawing back in 2016. And I don't think I'm not sure when exactly you tumbled into NFT art or how you found it. We'll get to that in a little bit. But it seems like you were kind of active digitally, creating art, learning, you know, the pad, learning the tablet. But before all that, it seems like there had to be some sort of art before all that, and that's kind of like where, I mean, somebody just I mean, I guess it's possible for somebody to just to come into the scene digitally, but there always has to be a transitional period from, learning it or what you're used to as far as paper, and then bringing it into the digital world, and then finding your style. And that all kind of takes time. So, high school, college, did you attend for art? I mean, it kind of sounds like art was never in the plan. It was something that you did. It was something that you enjoyed. You created works of art. You drew, and you also worked on your skills, but really not in the plan, right? And so now, interesting, because how many years later, and all of a sudden, it's like so much focus on creating art now, but never was in the plans. So what were the plans during that time period as far as high school or college or leaving college, especially if art wasn't in the plans? What did you end up taking a different path? Were you still creating art? Yeah, fill me in.
Oh my God, it's so hard. Life can be very surprising sometimes, and when we put some plans, not every time we have to achieve our goals, because the life can bring you some another ways. Uh, that's what that kind of what with me like. Not everything that what I planned to do um, was achieved. And how to say? So, wait a minute. Let me put it all together. Mm. From my childhood also, I loved very much math, and I wanted to be a scientist in the matter of
Really?
physics. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for this goal, I needed to go to study. It was a little bit expensive for my parents, and I couldn't do this, And I started to work as a young girl. First of all, um, like um, how it's um, how it's called in English. Let me.
We have a saying in America, and it goes like this. It says, "We have plans, and then life happens." So
Yeah. So 100%. So I was a waiter. Yeah,
okay,
yeah, in restaurants for a few. I don't know, one few years when I was a young girl. After that, I go to study as an economist, and I didn't like that kind of um, economist and business, something like this. But I don't like this direction. I understood that I will never be in this. I will never work something like this,
in the you
And
never worked in the field.
yeah, and I understood that I need to find my way, what I like the most, and how can I. Um, where can I find myself and what work? Not to go anywhere just because you need to go, but to make something that you love, and to make it as natural as it was from my childhood. And I found work after that. Like I was working in the industry of beauty.
Okay.
I made makeup for people. I was drawing on the people faces, on the
Okay.
people nails. So that was the start of my like artist career.
Okay.
you know I was drawing, and I enjoyed it so much. Like it was very creative, and I had some good money from this. Good for me on that moment. So it was absolutely good for me. Also, I just have the family. I have children, one child at that time. So I could combine all this stuff, to work, to be with my family, to feel myself beautiful, to everything was perfect.
Okay.
um, but working sometimes in this industry, I understood that it's not enough for me. I want more, like everyone, like every person wants something more to move, to not stop in one moment, just to find something more. And like I was drawing, and I just um, saw that there are digital paintings, and I love these paintings, these artists in digitally, what they created with just one iPad. I realized that I want to try, because to drawing physical, you need some how to say, studio, yeah. You need to have a place to do this. You need to have all these materials to spend some monies, and the smell of the paints, all this stuff. When you have small little children, it's hard to have this time when you can do something physically. And uh, I realized that digital painting will be perfect for me, because also I was drawing at night, when no when they don't need um, light. Everyone's sleeping, and I have my time. I have I have this 3-4 hours when I can meditate, concentrate, like focusing on something that I really love to do, to be on this, to just to fall in this process. So yeah, just my husband just made me this gift, like a iPad.
A
And I started to do digitally.
okay. Okay. So interesting. Economist went into business, right? And not for you. Just went a different way. Went into beauty, makeup, and nails. It sounds like the art on people's faces. So I always say makeup artists, MUAs. It's the way they paint. We always say over here for photo shoots, to paint the face, and it's just the differences that can be done. And then, I think as the internet exploded, seeing all of these talented makeup artists and the way they were doing all the different designs on, I follow one that does all these different designs on the lips, and like just the art, the internet. I think the internet and social media is really what exploded art, because then everybody kind of got on the internet and started flexing what they knew. And then, that's kind of like how people were building their social media followings, through showing and displaying, their art and how they do their art with whips and so forth and so on. And so, going through a lot of your IG, I feel like I walked into the digital, but at the same time, there had to be some sort of transition from real life art to digital art. But it's interesting because you made the decision, especially with children. It's probably a lot of, you're right. You need a studio, you need a place of quiet, and you need an art easel. You have to have canvases. A lot of that takes up space, the paints, the pencils. Just you need a room to create all this. So you stumbled into, it seems like digital art, right? And so I am a physical artist, and then I have photography, airbrushing, spray paint, any type of medium, really. But never, I saw, right? I saw a lot of people doing digital art at that. I would say about 10 years ago is when it really exploded. I followed an artist called Wallop, WLOP. and just stuff that he was creating digitally on his pad. So it's funny because I have a Wacom sitting on my desk, but I just got like an inch of dust on it because I never really used or understood how to. I never tried it, right? I never went and learned how to draw. Your first time coming across the digital pad and making that decision, I would imagine around that time YouTube was probably prevalent, definitely prevalent, and you could probably jump on YouTube. But when you decided to start tinkering around and digitally drawing, and not only that, but if I remember correctly, you were doing were you doing dot art? Was that physical or digital? Because it's kind of like, I feel like there's some physical stuff out there that you've done, but you've only shown the digital. So focusing on the digital, how did you learn that whole process? And also, like, did you follow some? I mean, it sounded like you followed some artists, and some artists really inspired you. I was curious what artists inspired you to draw. But you picked up the pad, and it seems like you never looked back. Even creating portraits and family portraits, and doing a lot of stuff digitally. And for me, it's always been, I've never made that change. I never sat down and just started tinkering and drawing and using my, my tablet. And so how long did it take you to, and how did you learn? And what artists inspired you to head in that direction? Because there's a lot before, a lot of times people are, oh, NFT art, oh, digital art. Oh, that's when I kind of picked up but you were doing it way before any of that. So you were already on your way, kind of, as far as an artist. Maybe not seeing the NFT outlet of it yet, but through the internet, seeing a lot of other artists. So, yeah, I asked a lot of questions. I'm just going to let you go ahead.
Okay, yeah. First of all, when I get my iPad and I understood that I want to study. Oh no, I'm lying. What I'm talking about? Wait a minute. Before the
Oh.
iPad, I started to draw on Photoshop on my computer, and I have first my the digital tablet for Photoshop. So first of all, I bought some lessons from digital artists, and I just studied the program. How can I use it to create all this stuff? What's kind of brushes and all these possibilities that this program do. Like 1 year I was drawing on Photoshop or two, something like this, and yeah, after that I saw that it's a possibility to drawing directly on iPad. It's even more better because you are drawing like on the paper. I wanted to feel that feeling like you are drawing directly, not to drawing here and to watch there. It's not very useful. How to say? It's it's not like creating digitally physical. And on iPad I understood that I can do it directly um, on iPad. So
So
after I studied,
there was a period where you were using Photoshop, the brushes, and you were learning how to create. I remember that in your IG. There's a period there where it looks like you were doing a lot of creating in Photoshop, right?
yeah, in Photoshop, and I even made some master classes after that for how to create art digitally on Photoshop. Yeah, and when I get my iPad, I always love to learn something new. I always think that the brain needs some new neuron touches. So I always, when I see something new, something that can be better, or not even better, something new, I really want to understand how it works and to try. Um, if it's not work for me, if I don't like it, I will not take it away. Yeah, but to try and to understand what possibilities you can get from new technologies, that's great. That's absolutely fantastic, and I'm absolutely grateful for this iPad and for this Procreate program because yeah, it's one of my favorite thing that I have in my house. Something, if I someday I will need to go. Everything that I will take with me, it's the my family, of course, my cat, and my iPad. That's what I need.
So did you find that there was a long transition of learning, or did that like not even like, because it sounds like right earlier when you didn't have the iPad, I would imagine that you would, when you were drawing or doing any type of art, you were doing it physically on a piece of paper or a canvas, or just, whatever you were doing physically. And then you made the transition. I'm imagining the Photoshop for the first year probably was the mouse and not so much a tablet or anything, right? And then from there, it sounds like you got the iPad and then saw the possibilities of drawing and then started to begin to learn. How long did it take you to learn and master that? And did you follow any other artists? Like, well, who is your favorite artist when it comes to drawing digitally that you
Yeah.
kind of look up to? Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah. It was first of all the girl that was mm, teaching me. Yeah. Her name is Sienna Summers. She's in Twitter as well, but not so active. She's made her lessons for digital artists, and mm, that's it. And Aaron Griffin. There are the artist that I found on YouTube, and he just posted there some time lapse of how he drawing, and as I used to do from my childhood, I see and I try to repeat to make something like this, and uh, yeah, the process I was admire the process of creating of this artist, and tried to do something like this. After that, I tried to find my way to express myself from some strokes, from some colors, lines, and is also you can see on my, for example, on my foundation, you can see some artworks that are not so different from physical arts, and the way I was drawing it, it's like I was drawing with my pencil. Like, I have a paper, and I just take my pencil and drawing it. Mm, it was not so hard. It was interest when it's interesting, when you're like hungry. Yeah, it's hungry. Yeah, it's correct. Like you always need something to to more and more to understand, to find, to I want to say that I'm learning still, and I will never stop again,
You are
because
hungry for knowledge.
for yeah, for something what I don't know yet, yeah, what can't do yet, and I'm hungry to try it and to understand
Okay.
it's work for me or not. And I always have this kind of thought that I can I can do it. So that's always was with me. Maybe that's why our our can community called can, because we all can do it.
Oh, look at that. I just learned that. I can. Okay. So, I tend to think that when you get into something, right? If I'll tell you a quick story, right? So if you give my father a remote control and ask him to change the TV, right, or anything new electronic, he will physically shut down that TV and change every, like, it'll be 5 minutes later, you walk back, it'll be a disaster. The TV will be off, the control won't work. Just not very I don't know how to use this stuff, and I don't. And then he's a fisherman as well, right? So he loves to fish. And then you get on a boat with him, and he opens up his little fish finder and his Garmin. And you would think that he was like a coder or a programmer, and he just,
Yeah.
and I always found that very interesting and very funny, because I would sit there and I'd be like, look at this guy go, on his little fish finder and his Garmin, which helped them navigate all around the bay and the water. To find, and so he was like an expert at that. But then, like, you give him a TV remote, and it's just you can't even get to turn the TV on, right? And so I always found that funny, because I feel that when naturally you're really into something and you want to learn something, it's not an effort. You start to seek out the information. It becomes like this. Like you said, a hunger, where I need to learn more. I need to learn more techniques. I need to learn how this person's doing it, and how this person's drawing, and how this person creates. And it's so nice today, especially with, we have TikTok, we have YouTube, we have all the lives. Now you're starting to see a lot of artists go live on X. And just the ability to sit there and watch these people digitally draw and digitally create. You could learn so much just from watching others now, which we never had that. That's never existed before the internet, especially before live streams. A lot of times, like you said, you would have to buy classes, or you'd have to study from a book. You would have to, take an art class, watch somebody else how to do it. But now, physically, everybody who's creating art, you'll see them put up a whip. And I don't know about you, Viorika, but for me, a lot of times just watching whips and watching whip videos and seeing how they draw. And just, as you said, a lot of times I watch a lot of spray paint videos, and I watch how they spray the walls. How they put their colors down, how they layer their colors. And it's like, oh man, that's a really good technique. That's a really good idea. I got to learn more. I need to learn more, right? And so the more that you learn, the better your technique get. And the stronger you become, the more styles let me try this. Let me try, creating something during the day, creating something at night. And it all comes from a world of knowledge now, just jumping around on the internet, trying to find someone's art that catches your eye. You look at their YouTube, and you sit back. You could spend a day, 2 days, 3 days, 7 days just watching people's, and so many people are quick to put tutorials and all this information out there. And for other artists, they would just sit and watch and learn and get so many ideas. Do you draw a lot of inspiration from other artists and watching other artists create, or do you try to? How do you find your inspiration, and how do you decide what you're going to draw? I mean, you focus a lot on portraits. You're very good at duplicating when it comes to creating. You could look at a photo and you could duplicate it through digitally creating. So I was going to say, where does a lot of the inspiration come from when you sit down to create? Let's answer that before I get on to the NFTs. I don't want to go too far ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, absolutely. Of course. I want to find this word. No, it's not this word. Okay. I will say with my mom. Of course, we had Pinterest, when you can see the art from all of the world, and when I see that, I can spend one evening just to watch the art of another artist, just to
Right.
see, oh my God, how he made this kind of, I don't know, volume, or this color, this combination. Oh my God, what a cool element he used. And something that I just realized that I want to try in my art as well, or some brushes, like, oh my God, how he made this kind of strokes, what kind of brush he used. So of course, when you see, that's why people go to exhibitions. I think the big exhibitions from artists from the past, you just can see the artwork, and you can see every stroke, and you try to understand, to see the secret of this artwork. What is the secret? What in every detail, in every stroke, every the composition and everything. And of course, when you see a lot of art, and when you admire it with all your heart, and you try to find this secret of beauty, of expressing the emotion, the light, the shadow, all this stuff, for what is important for an artist, you accumulated all these details in your mind, in your soul, and then you, when I drawing, I think somewhere from my mind, it's just coming up, just started to be visible. And of course, you can see even in my Instagram, when I was just started to, when I was drawing like dot art. You said I have some arts like dot art. When I just started to try digitally, it was not so good, and I just let these artworks there. I want to see, this progress. And now also, um, we have also an AI images that is absolutely huge, resource. Uh, uh, mm, yeah, resource of of finding this inspiration, because there are million of cool images, of interesting elements, of interesting color palettes, compositions as well, like lights. When you can find something, some ideas. But sometimes, I have some states when I have a message what I want to express, and I want just to drawing something that I what I want to, yeah, what I want to express, like a message. And I have this image in my life, in my mind. And but still, I use some maybe some elements, some composition, like color palettes from these artworks that I saw some from my childhood. When I accumulated in my mind, in my soul, in my yeah, I think
So,
so.
so it sounds like that you have a lot of visions of things that you want to create, but you use the internet as a chance to see and learn other techniques and tools that other people use, the way they use their brushes, the way they create their art. I was noticing as I was going through your gram, there's some pieces that look like they were done on canvas, but all digitally, of course, with the textures added. What's some of your favorite things that you like to like if you could draw anything, right? What do you like to, what's your favorite things to draw?
Yeah, I think the favorite way to draw strokes with pencil, as I was used from childhood, and the most pieces that I have in this style are on foundation, and on object I have the full collection of the sketches like Inktober, um, because of course I love the colors, but I don't know. I feel this process very meditative. Like I fall in this process, and I can forget about how many times I spent to drawing it. It just um, very very.
You go into a very meditative state.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, and I can spend a lot of time to draw a small piece. I don't know. Even if I have, when I feel myself like tired or something, and even if I'm on my aerial work, I can take a pencil and to starting to draw on my, and just feel relaxing in this process. After like 10 minutes, I can relax. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, well, it's so I often say a lot of times art calms us. And I tend to find the more that I talk to the people who draw, especially, I mean, I remember when I used to do airbrushing, and just the process of airbrushing and just the process of painting, you're focusing on creating that work of art. And when you're focusing on, so meditation, right? Big in meditation, they say when you're in a meditative state, a lot of times we'll focus on the future. A lot of times we'll focus on the past. And where they want you, especially during meditation, is they want you in a present state. And so that they want you to clear all the voices, your mind. They want you to clear everything that you're thinking about that you have to do. They want you to clear everything that you're thinking about that oh man, I should have did this, or everything that you should have done. And so they say a lot of times the best way to bring yourself into a present state is a breathing process. They'll teach you a breathing process. So they'll teach you how to, close your eyes and you breathe in and then you breathe out, right? And as you're breathing, you focus on the air that's passing over your teeth. So that's all you focus on. You put your main focus on that. And so when you're creating art, it works the same way. You're focusing on the brush you want to use. You're focusing on, the creating the line or the type of which with pencil, pen, spray, and so as you're creating art, whether physical, digital, however you're doing it, you become you're focusing on something that you're kind of doing in the present. And so now all of a sudden you start to forget about what you need, everything about the future. You start to forget about everything about the past. And now you bring yourself into a present state. And when you bring yourself into a present state and you're focusing on nothing but what's going on in the present, then it becomes a trance, and then you just start, it's just, I think that's why people love scratch-offs so much. I don't know if the gambling scratch-offs, you scratch them off to see if you won money, because a lot of people just sit there and right? But what they're really doing is it takes yeah, it's like a lot of people have sketchbooks. Over here, people will buy rolls of it and just sit there and, hey, right? So, same thing goes for drawing, right? Same thing goes for painting. You talk to anybody, that's their quiet time. That's their meditative state. That's the place where they learn, where they grow. And I bet you dollars to donuts right now that you probably find a lot of your answers to life's problems while you draw and while you create and while you're creating that art. Because when your mind goes blank, the answers just start to come.
Yes.
Most of the times we're in the way of our answers. We're in the way of our answers. But when you're in that meditative state and you're not thinking of like, what should I do? What I don't know what to do. You just, let me fix this right here. Let me, and then all of a sudden these things start popping up. So I understand what you're saying, especially when it comes to a meditative state. You were kind of creating art and you were doing a lot of art and you were learning before the world of NFTs came along. Was there any sales? Did you make any sales? Did you attempt to sell any art? Or were you just learning and creating and enjoying that process? And not until, and I'm just curious how you came across NFTs at the time. And then was it NFTs that made you realize, like, hey, wait a second here. I could sell some of my art I could put my art up and see if it sells. There's people out there who love my art so much they're willing to collect it. How did that whole thing happen? Like, were you selling art before NFTs, or were you just practicing, or like, when did you learn about the idea, like, oh, you know what? All right, people like to collect my art. Let me put it out there. All right, go ahead.
Yes, I made some commissions, some art for people who just asked to drawing something in this style, with these details or these portraits, and that's cool. That's interesting, but not gave me the full these feelings of freedom of this meditative.
Okay.
And when you like drawing, you made something that you love, but you don't express yourself. You just like a tool for someone, but you are not you. And when I heard about NFT, it was really interesting, like new technology, and something for artists that give freedom, like some projects, some exhibitions, like, oh my god, gamification. And as I said before, I always love to go something where is something new. And when I tried to understand what is it, I for me it was so complicated. As always, I just go there by myself and try to study everything, to find all the information about NFT, how to do this, how to make it. I don't know, I think 1 month I was studied what is it and how to go there, how to be in this, how to be in NFT. I want to go there because everyone just said that it's the future. It's something that everything will be there in crypto and NFT, and for artists it's a good way to be in the future right now. Great. I loved this science books from childhood, like, yes, it's future, I need to go there. I need to be there. And it was hard to understand. It's so scary. When I created my first collection, my first account on OpenSea, it was like I just made something absolutely great in my life. It was, wow, I just made it. I mean, what next? And first sale was very, very fast, like in a few weeks. I just sold my first NFT that I minted, and it was mind blowing. Like, what?
Oh, you beat me to my questions, Viorika. I was going to ask you, what was the first sale like? How did it feel?
Oh, it was like, what? It's so easy. Like, no, I understand that it's not so easy. Like, it's a lot of work there, but it possible. I mean, I'm a part of this world, this culture, this NFT world, metaverse. Like, oh my god, it's like was like like a victory, like a small victory, that I understood that I need to do a lot of steps before I get some results. But as well, I enjoy the process. I understand that it's now is a part of my life, and I don't have the final goal here. Final. Um, I don't know. I need to sell my collection and go. No, it's like part of my life, and I want to say that I'm so happy to be here right now because all the world, like. I don't know. I don't even have a hope anymore. I guess what's going on in this world, but I'm like focusing or maybe I try to run from reality, but I'm here with creative people, with my friends, with bright and creative energy, and I feel like metaverse and NFT world is like more real for me right now than this world. you know I don't know. I'm happy that I'm here, and I don't want to stop to be here.
You found a home.
hmm
Um, yeah, I know what you mean. Um, so it's interesting, right? Because I feel like Spaces gave us when they created Spaces. I feel like Spaces gave us access to each other, right? But it's just interesting listening to people speak in Spaces and getting to know people. It's a different way to getting to know someone. And Spaces, I really feel like started bringing a lot of people together, especially this little art community and everything that's been taking place in it. Um, it sounded like to me almost that when you were physically creating at a certain point in time, that you were being commissioned or hired. Hey, draw this for me, or can you create this, or you can. And sometimes when we commission ourselves or freelance ourselves, or freelance our talent or commission our talent, we end up doing things requested, right? Requested by people. Rather than doing things that we want to do, or something that makes us happy or satisfied or fulfilled inside as an artist. Um, and then I was going to ask you how you learned about NFTs, but just to touch on what you said, it sounded like your story then evolved into NFTs, but then NFTs kind of, I feel like it gave you this motivation where you could then sell the stuff that you wanted to create rather than what other people wanted you to create. And so I think that's a very big line in the sand for artists, right? You could live on one side where you're being hired by people to create things that they want you to create. And I think if it falls within your style, if they let you do, a lot of times where commissions, hey, I want you to, I like your style. I want you to do it in your style. And then all of a sudden, the artist is like, all right, you know what? I can rock with this. This is something that I can do. Rather than telling the artist, I want exactly this, right? And so that kind of takes the fun out of it for an artist, because artists have their own visions. They have their own things they want to create. Problem is who are we going to sell it to? Who's going to buy it? And then come the NFT world, this digital art world, digital collectible art world comes along. And look at all the collectors that are out there now that are willing to support and invest in an artist's career and help them grow. To the point where you feel free to create whatever it is you want to create, whatever it is you want to work on, whatever vision you have, and then present that and see if the audience enjoys it enough to the point where they might purchase it, collect it, or invest in you. Do I have that all? Do I have that right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, great.
How did you look? I mean, I'm watching the time here, and I can't even believe an hour went by that fast. How did you learn about NFTs and NFT art? Like, what did you? Was it, for me? It was like I heard, like I was in Spaces, but I was doing other things. I wasn't paying attention to art. But then all of a sudden on the timeline and on the side, I said, people, sells 69.3 million, or just whatever the number was. So I remember, I said, this guy sold a sale. What did he say? He sold art, digital art. So NFTs, like what is this? And I think I was kind of like learning about everything at that time, but I didn't realize that NFT world was coming into the real life world, right? So I was curious, how did you stumble into NFTs or digital art? How did you, was it a friend? Did you come across it on the internet? How did that happen?
Yes, it was a time when everyone just was talking about crypto, about NFT, and like what is NFT? And of course, I was I heard about all these monkeys, like bird
The Bored
monkeys,
Apes. Yeah.
bored apes there, and some kind of shoes like NFTs and all this stuff. And of some news, about NFTs everywhere was there. And from the first time, I even don't take it on seriously, like, okay, something is going on there. Yeah. But yeah, we start to talk with some friends, and one of my friend said that it will be cool if we try to go to NFT. I like, okay, what do you think about NFT? And he told me some his thought, and then I just tried to find some information on the internet, and it's funny, but I didn't have the X account even in Twitter. I don't have this account on Twitter, so I understood that I need to do some account on Twitter and find some information there to find the community. So then I heard that I need to do a Discord account, and there are some communities as well, to find these communities, to communicate, to understand what's going on, maybe to find this information, or some communities, yeah, what can help with this, or some projects when I can go to be part of it. So that kind of things. And I just started to make some steps from the beginning. Made an account, started with Discord, started to create some posts with GM, started to understand how it works. Of course, how I used to do, I just repeated some, posts, like, oh my god, I see this artist made this post. I will try to do the same thing. It's small steps, when you get your own vision and your own understanding, the knowledge about all this. So yeah, it was hard, but it was interesting. And as I said, when I hungry to understand what is it, I just take in my mind that I can do it, and I will not stop until I will do it. So yeah, small steps.
What okay. So it's I so it's kind of a little bit of a different story, right? Because I feel like you had the art ready to go. A lot of times when I talk to people, like, oh, I wandered into NFTs, and I was like, oh, I'm going to start learning how to create art, and I'm going to start creating art. And then sometimes artists have a lot of physical going on in the background, and then they saw NFTs, and they kind of transitioned into creating digital then for NFTs, because they saw it was more of an NFT art world. But you kind of had the art brewing and baking and creating, which was nice, because then I kind of feel like I feel like the NFT world is an outlet to be able to not only display your art, sell your art, put it out there, find collectors. And then in the midst of all of this, doing all this, you decided to dedicate some of your energy to creating a community, the Can community, along with Jackie. And so just to touch on that briefly, how did that whole thing come about? I mean, did you guys meet in a space and then decide, like, all right, that's it, we're going to have a community? Like, how did that whole, go ahead.
Yeah, I understand your questions. Yeah, we first of all we just meet each other on spaces, and we just we find this something common between us. Like, of course, we are so different with Jackie. We are different persons with different ways, views sometimes, but something common we have. We will never be the fake. We are as we are. So we are absolutely honest and trying to be honest.
Genuine.
And
Yeah.
hmm?
Genuine. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and I love this in Jackie so much, and I feel myself like I can I'm trying to be as honest as possible. I don't know how to say another way. So and we just never be in something that we don't like. We will never say something good or bad if we don't feel it really with our hearts. And this small idea to be this um, to be real to be honest, unite us, and we start to talk. We created our collab collection, and I had some experience behind me, she had some experience, and we just talked in the chat, and like how you made this result, and I was told her, and I asked like how you made how you go there, or how you could go in this project, or we just started to talk with each other, and understood that we help each other, we're growing together, and realized that wait a minute, we can do it for a lot of artists as well, because we had some DM messages, like message in DM, like how to make this, how to go on this platform, or how to mint on this how to get this wallet, something like these questions. And we understand that as we have the one idea, one goal, and we can understand each other so well. We became friends, and we can help another artist as well. So we just started as natural as now, like, let's do it. Let's start some kind of club when we will take some artist whoever can come to us, and we will share our some experience, we will ask some questions, we will share our energy, our positivity, because we understood that together, when we are united, we we're really growing, and we are not competitors here. We can be as to help each other, to support each other, and we really how to say, or uh, we really, if oh yeah, we will never say what someone is guilty when you're losing, when you have problems, like me and Jackie, never, because we understand that everything is in our hands, and we can do it, only we can fix some problems if we have. So we don't love all this drama or something, like, oh my god, I don't have the result because you are making this with me. Never. We understand that we can do it only by ourselves, and with our hands. So this is our like philosophy, like we can
We can do it.
that's good. We can do it, only you can do it, and only we together can do it as well, with from positive thoughts, from um, be united, to help each other, to support each other, and that gave us a huge result, because we see we have this kind of family right now. We love and respect each other so much. We really are so proud of what we received from 1 year and few months, 1.5 year almost, of Can Club. So
And
it's
and
amazing.
and you guys just had the digital anniversary as well, right?
Yes, we had 1 year of
Uh,
that's amazing community.
okay. So, Viorika, I can't. We're cooking. We're about an hour and 15 minutes in. I think I want to move over here to the computer. I want to start showing everybody your art. So, you ready for that?
Yeah, always ready to show the art.
Okay. Awesome. Let's go. I think now's a good time to show everybody what you've been up to. Um, I'm gonna move. Interesting when I'm looking through links and I'm checking everything out. When did you hang on, let me switch the camera so it doesn't feel like you're talking to an empty chair. I'll move this first. Let me move this here. Okay, you can see me now. Now we're talking. Yeah. Okay. So when I go through, usually when I go through anyone's social media, I'm gonna change the screens around here. Usually when I go through anyone's social media, there's like identifiers, especially when I see your portfolio and I'm looking through everything. There's always identifiers, and you seem to have some experience with known origin. Not only known origin, but you also OpenSea. You jumped right on OpenSea and also on known origin. And so when I see those two things, the first thing I say is, wow, you've been here. You were here pretty early. When did you come into the NFT scene?
Oh, I think not so long, like 2.5 years ago.
Okay. I never had the experience of known origin. So whenever I see known origin and I see OpenSea, I remember when OpenSea was hot. I remember when everybody was throwing just throw it on OpenSea and see what happens. And so I remember when everybody was dumping their art on OpenSea. I never did, only because I don't know why. Just maybe because I was not maybe because I was not I didn't know what was going on at the time, right? I was just trying to figure out what minting was. I was trying to figure out what all the different marketplaces, where to put what. I just got introduced to Tezos and Object, and so, but now, so many years later, after watching all of these marketplaces, some marketplaces come up, some marketplaces go down. It seems like a few have weathered the storm, but sometimes it seems like marketplaces come and go. So okay, okay, I don't know where you want to start, but I have your X next to you, right? Hang on one second right here I gotta find my mouse. Okay. I have okay, that's right. That's good. Let me make sure everybody could see this. All right, so I have your X next to you, but what I think I want to do is I think I want to start with your IG. But I do want to show everybody your X. This is your X. And then our link tree on her X is here. So if you're ever looking for her link tree. And then, of course, I got your IG. And I got your IG opened all the way down at the bottom here. Yeah. So I think this is where I kind of want to start right here. Is on your. This is kind of like where you came into. Were you painting rocks, Viorika?
Rocks?
Yeah. Were you paint? What's the first photo here?
Oh, yeah, it was the one rock what I painted.
Is this technically a physical work of art from you?
No, it just was an experiment.
I call it physical art because I know you're heavily embedded in the digital world, But I want to know, are there any, I mean, I was going to save this question till the end, but I want to know. And then look, this is on paper, correct? The dot art that you were creating?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay.
I can see. What are you looking on?
I have your dot art up.
When I can see it. Yes, it was that art.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
was trying it as well, and I love this technique as well. And I was spend some evenings to creating that arts as well.
So we have some physical art on display here before the digital world, right? And then you kind of
Yes, I created a lot of paintings, like as I said, commissions, and for my friends as a gift. So yeah, I had this.
okay. Yes. So there was some now. Question: is this the first work of art that we come to that looks like with the texture on canvas? Is this the beginning of your Photoshop journey?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
it was one of the work what I needed to um, like when I studied, yeah, from the courses,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, mm-hmm. From lessons that I bought. This was like my work.
Okay. I'm just flicking through now. Hang on. I will. I'm just going through some of your IG, showing people some of your art. As well as physical. So question, this is, you know what, and this is a good time to ask it, especially while we're sitting here just going through some of your art. Do you, digital, you spent a lot of time on digital and digital creations, but it seems like there was a while where you were creating physical pieces. Move to digital because it seems like it easier, right? Less equipment. And it seems like you took a liking to creating digital Photoshop and then finally making your way to the digital pad and drawing. The question I have for you is any thoughts of returning back to creating physical artworks at all? Or are you heavily invested in digitally creating?
Oh, sometimes I drawing physically with my kids. We had some lessons as well, some master classes when we go together and create some physical arts. Um, it's always with me. I don't know. When you have children, you always create something, but it's not for the selling. For sale or for something like to create a real art when I can put it on my wall. Of course, I need space, paint, brushes, paints, all these materials, to create something like this. And um, unfortunately, I don't see the possibility right now for me, as I don't have enough time. I don't have enough, I don't know, maybe space for create this. But yeah, I never put the, how to say, uh, I never put the границы. How to
You wouldn't put it past you?
Like I always left it for the future. I can say that I will never create.
Sure. It's
I,
possible that you might return to some physical art.
yeah.
Very
Sometimes I want, to feel the smell of paints. I don't know. Sometimes I want, but It's very, very dynamic right now, everything what's going on in my life, so
Sure,
I
sure,
don't know
sure.
what.
Wow, it's a little complicated to have a easel and all these paints set up, but
Mhm.
would that be what you would you go to strictly canvas and painting with brushes? Is that what you would is that the first thing you would pick up if you could
Mm-hmm.
physically? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
I
Um
want to paint with brushes to make all these strokes. To yeah,
okay, okay.
what I want to feel the smell.
How long how long I mean, don't get me wrong, right? Because when you, I think, especially with the digital world, there's so many types of different brushes, techniques every day, you know, and then you have Photoshop. And it sounds like, do you use Photoshop anymore or just Procreate now? Are you at
Procreate now.
all Procreate? Okay.
Procreate gives me all the what I need right now.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I just work with Photoshop for some designs what I made for my work, for my real work, but not even that kind of things I can do on my iPad on Procreate. Procreate Dreams, by the way, animations. So I had the experience to create as well. Another program, Procreate Dreams, that give you opportunity to make the animations more complicated than in Procreate. So as well, trying to do something with this program. So yeah, it's a lot of interesting stuff yet to study, to learn.
How so do you okay, so obviously do you okay, are they for different things or do you like Procreate better than you like Photoshop, or is Procreate more geared towards digital drawing?
Yeah, Procreate give me the feelings that when you create on the paper, and I love it.
Okay, so when you when
On
using
canvas, yeah.
yeah, Procreate really duplicates that feeling of okay,
Hmm.
that's what I was
Not perfectly, but
right.
on very near to the reality.
Do you how long does it take you well, how long does an average piece take you to create? Like how much time, or is it something that, like, as an artist, right? Sometimes people don't finish things. They come back to it, and now's not the time. And of course, you have
Hmm.
a family life. Are you do you still do the makeup thing now, or do you?
No, 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 no,
Oh
no.
no. So okay. Um, so obviously professional life as well, and then the family life, and so your works of art. How do you go? Like, is it something that you finish all in one shot, or like do you work on it and or I'll come back to it tomorrow? Do you focus on one piece, or do you have a couple separate different pieces and you come back to them? How does your process work?
It depends. It depends what on the state what I have. As you said, as I have a family, of the time that I have, and it depends of the art that I create, of the technique that I use in the art. I have some arts what I was created like for 25 hours in total, but it was like 1 week to create it. Yeah. Um, and I have some pieces that I created mm, like for 3 4 hours. So I just sit down and just took my pencil, and it was very, very fast, even for me. I need to repeat.
What is your favorite brush in Procreate?
Oh, I don't have. I have a lot. I have a lot of brushes, a huge
A
amount of
catalog?
brushes, a lot. And as you can see, as you can see my portfolio, as I can name it like this. I don't have one style.
Yeah, yeah,
One.
you have a lot of different
because I always want to try something new. I love one day I have this kind of state when I want to use more colors. I have a bright mood and I want to express myself like this. Another day I have more sad or meditative or philosophical state and I want to express myself in this way. I love this technique. I love some techniques that I still very bad in this, like watercolor. I love it so much, but I'm so bad in this, and I want to learn it. I want to try it to, and don't be surprised if you will see someday one a collection of watercolors from me, because I want to I want to trying something new. I want to grow my skills, and by practicing, by experimenting, I think I can do it. It's I had some collection. I Now I can drawing in this style, but then I can go back and create one new art in that style that I did before, and put and drop one new art in collection that I have in the past. So I'm very emotional person and very, what to say, um, uh, empathic. Yeah, empathic. And it's
Empath. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's very depends uh, on my state. It's hard with me,
You're an artist. I know. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, artists are very emotional.
Hmm.
So, trust me, I know. We all have to get it perfect. Has to be the right time, the right temperature, the right
Yeah.
wind. Believe me,
The
I'm an art.
moon is not in this
That's right. That's right. The moon is not in the right place for me to create.
place. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I gotta let my dog out, but okay. So Viorika, I have wait a second here because you're not filling us in on everything here. It seems like back in I want to get this right. Back in 2000, is it 17, 16? Damn it, I lost it. Hang on. You seem to have been given some presentations and teaching others how to create
Hmm.
as well. Where was I? Oh, here we go. Okay. And it seems like now, were you teaching, or are you teaching art now? Like, so now the can thing is really starting to make sense because it seems like at some point in time you were giving presentations and helping others learn how to create or at least conducting class. Maybe you could talk a little bit about that because that seems very interesting. I wouldn't be surprised to see you doing some digital classes yourself, but yeah, tell me about this teaching stuff. And then you also had an appearance on TV. Did you not at one point in time? Didn't you? Yeah, look at this. So I got this up. So you put it up. I'm going to find it. But can we talk about this? What is going on with all of this? Were you teaching at one point in time?
Yeah, it's an interesting story. I will tell you like this. My parents lived from my childhood. I We were living in Moldova. You know this kind of small country in Europe,
What is the
maybe.
name? What is the name of it?
Moldova.
Yeah, I know it very well. I know where you're talking about. Yes.
Yes.
Very funny. Go ahead, because it's a small world. The people who live up on top of me, the daughters came from, they live there. That's where they live.
Mm-hmm.
So,
You
yeah,
see?
yeah, such a small world. Of all places, I'm listening. I'm right here. I'm just gonna let my dog out. But go ahead, talk to
Okay.
everybody.
Yes, and then I moved on St. Petersburg and lived there like for 8 years. And there I was learning digital drawing on Photoshop, on Procreate. And once when I came to my parents in Moldova, in Chisinau, I I was talking with some of my friends, and they were very interested in something that I do. Digital artworks, like not so many people in Moldova knew about this, and some parents wanted it for children, and we decided to make some kind of master classes to organize. My friend from Moldova just helped me to organize all this master class, and I was presenting the school when I was learning the digital art. So I was not teaching people. I just saw a master class how we can use the Photoshop for creating for creative process, and what possibilities and opportunities it gives to us. So it was the when we realized that it was the first master class like this in Moldova. The first one. So before me, nobody did it. So they just made a morning show on just invited me on morning show to talk about this, how I organize this, and what opportunities give the digital drawing, digital art, and what's the difference, and all we just have this had this conversation about the master class, what I did, and about the digital art as, um, as art.
Look at this. So you were on a show back in 2018 talking
Yeah.
about the possibilities of art. You weren't even in the NFT world yet.
Mhm.
Um,
No.
and oh, look at so you're an artist. Very interesting. You are bleeding art before all of this. So art has followed you all the way through. Okay. Uh, where do I want to go from here? Okay. Um, well, now the can thing makes a lot of sense with you and Jackie. Jackie's over there analyzing top coffee beans and managing stores, and you're over here doing presentations on TV about art and the possibilities of art and how everybody can do it. And so now this whole can thing makes a lot of sense between the both of you. The transition time, right? How long did it take you to learn Procreate? How long did it, like, and no artist will ever say, like, I have mastered my craft. And something that I've also noticed with you is that interesting that you have said that your style does change. It's not, either it's a portrait or it's a canvassy, or sometimes you use a watercolor feel. Other times you're doing black and white, shading. Every single piece that you create, or you go through waves of almost styles, where it's like, you know what, I'm going to mess with this style for 3 months or 4 months, and I'm going to focus on this. Or you seem to have a very, now the recent pieces that you created, not sure if it's a collection or just a style that you're, a more darker, moodier with the black, with the blues, the blacks, and the purples. How long would you say that it took you to learn Procreate and to really, like I said, nobody ever says they've mastered their craft because you're learning each and every day. But to feel really comfortable and start showing off everything and start working and saying, hey, check out this piece and check out that piece. Was it something that you picked up right away? Or did it take some time to learn? Were you quick to show people? Were you embarrassed? You don't strike me as the type to be embarrassed. You probably, yeah. Go ahead. Why don't you? Yeah, you pick it up from here.
Yes, I think for everyone it's very so. For me, I like I was said that I was drawing from my childhood. I didn't learn how to draw. I was learning the program, how to use all these the functionality, yeah,
Yeah,
of
the
the
technology, all the
technology,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
of the program. So I can drawing what I want, to use all these functions. But for someone who just trying to just to draw, to studying to draw some techniques or some um, I don't know, compositions as well, or the построение, I don't know how to say in English, anatomy of human body, of face. It take more long time, for studying. But I think to use the program, you if you want to study, you can just um, have few months and you can just drawing everything that you
I see
just
some.
to try few techniques, just to find yourself, to use your hand, and you can already create something really cool.
So you about a couple months before you felt comfortable and really got the
Hmm.
okay.
I think so, because before I was on Photoshop as well. Also, I was pregnant when I studied Photoshop, so I wanted to sleep every time. I wasn't focusing, so it took more time for me. Yeah, it's for everyone. I guess it's different, but I know that if the person wants to go into something, it will not take a long time. Just this hungry, as we said, of be there, of know this kind of thing, and everything is possible.
You got some physical art here, Viorika. You have I believe they call this trying to think what they call it. Uh the name's getting away from me. Oh shit, I forget what they call this. When you put the clear on top of it, they call it oh, why is the name getting away from me right now?
Let me.
Epoxy, is it
Yeah,
epoxy
yeah,
art?
epoxy.
Right, epoxy art. Yeah, I see you have some epoxy art here. So you have some physical stuff going on, you have some digital stuff going on. But the physical, look, you clearly messing around in the physical world. Maybe not as much as you'd like, but I see it there, and I see it poking its head out. How long would you? I think I asked this already, but I don't think I was paying attention to your answer. How long does a normal piece of art take you to create? Like, I would say, you know what? Maybe when you really get an intricate piece of art, how long does it take you to create a piece of art like this? And do you change it? You know what? That's a good question too. Do you ever get likes to a certain point and then you no, and wipe it off and it changes a completely different way? And how do you know when it's done? You know, how do you know when is it ever finished? Um,
Oh,
go ahead, go ahead,
that,
go ahead.
that's cool question. When do I know when it's done? Um, I'm drawing right before when I stop, and I understand that I don't want to put no stroke here. When I see that, oh my god, here I need to put some here. I need to change a little bit here to make a different color. And when I understand that I don't want to put any stroke here, I understand that it's done. The time, as I said, it's dependent on style, on state of my state, and of time that I have. But some pieces I spend 25 hours, like in total, but it's like 1 week or 1 week and a half. But some pieces I can, if I have the moment, the right moment, I can sit and to draw it in 3-4 hours, and and to finish. sometimes I have some pieces, of course, I have that I started and I don't love it, and I mm, change it, or I delete it all. So yeah, I have these mm, moments as well.
What is your favorite piece of art that you have created to date?
Mhm. Mm, it's so hard. Uh,
If you had to show you that one piece where you were like, show me something that you did, right? And that, yeah, this is what I did. What's the most proudest piece you have?
okay, it's our own foundation called Symphony of Life.
Okay, hang on. Let's bring up your foundation. Now, is this the one with the did you have this as a single link? Let me see.
Do you
No,
want
no,
me
no, no.
to
I got
send
it.
you?
I wait. Symphony of Life. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have it. Oh, this is your pinned. This is the pinned piece on IG, correct?
Pinned piece on IG.
Yeah, I think you have
Yes, yes,
the
yes,
whip
yes, yes,
of this, of
yes,
you
yeah,
creating this on IG.
yes.
Okay. So this, why is this your, so tell me, why is this your favorite piece?
I don't know. I love this style. First of all, I love all these strokes. I love to draw hair. I love how I draw hair here, and also I was drawing it on live stream, and some elements from here was just added after the conversation, and everyone just. Made not made this decision, just told me to add this element, and the message, the the idea of this piece, I love the idea. I don't know, I think if it's visible from the first time, but you can read the description and maybe you will feel it or not. But I was in this state when I felt this harmony of life. I don't know how to say from, um, and maybe that's why it's my favorite artwork. It's like a perfect match of everything what happened.
And you look like you displayed so many different styles in this as well.
Yeah, as and on my Twitter, I always try to show the time lapse of my artworks. Like you can see it almost on every art. Um, because that's why, because I was learned from some time lapse, from some whips, and I think that's cool that you can see how the work was created, and all the process is more enjoyable. More thing in the creative process is something that give me this happiness, this harmony inside me. So that's why I want to share the process as well.
You focus a lot on portraits of women, strong women. Yeah.
Hmm. You know why? I was asking myself why portraits? Um, because I'm as I said, a very emotional person, and I think we can share this emotion through the face expression, through the colors, through the eyes, and it's the best way to express the emotions. But emotions made us alive, made us different from each other. Mm, it's something that, okay, I lose the thought, the idea what I wanted to say. Yeah, I think it's my way to express the emotions that I think is very very important thing.
Viorika, have you any of this digital art? Have you ever? I think you might have. I might have missed it and not seen it, or I saw it and did not remember. But have you tried a digital? Have you printed any of your digital pieces on canvas, I see this piece with the family, with the canvas. Was that a piece that actually, did you move any of these to canvas and see your art blown up very big?
Yeah, printed, of course. And some of my artworks I was gifted to my friends, to someone who wanted it, And no, at home I don't have any printed of my art, um, because I don't have my home. That's why. That's why I need to sell my artworks.
You got it. All right. All right. That's right. Yeah. Does everybody understand? This is why we need to sell and move some art, so we can get a home and we can hang a lot of art in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Makes total and complete sense to every artist. But you have had a chance to see some of your digital pieces on bigger, moved or printed to a bigger canvas, yes?
Yes, and I made some commissions as well, and some artworks was printed to like, how to say it, boutique, to store, some store, to salon, how to say it, beauty. Oh my God, that's it. I forget the words.
All right, take your time, because we're just showing everybody your art right now.
Yeah, beauty salon and different places when I can see some of my works. My friends.
Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
On my friends' walls, so yeah.
It's interesting. I find when I'm looking through everyone's art, and I'm just studying their art style and watching them do it. Sometimes I come across works of art where I'm like, sometimes the work of art is so good for me, because I don't have that much experience when it comes to digitally creating. If I take here, I'll show you this. I did this yesterday on Wednesday's show, right? But let me. If I take my camera here and I show you, that is my tablet. And my tablet, if you could see clearly, is covered with dust, because I don't. I don't know how to use my tablet. I had it. I bought it. Everybody told me I needed it, especially photographers for editing. But I never learned, I never sat down, and I never found really good series, especially on YouTube, of people teaching you how to use your tablet. Now, mind you, this was probably 3 or 4 years, maybe 5 years ago, but I'm sure there's something out there now. I just never learned how to use the tablet properly. So when I see works of art like yours, especially someone as experienced with drawing and creating, sometimes I come across some of these pieces and I'm like, no way, this is just not possible, right? Like, how does someone draw digitally, physically, create this well? Not only years of practice, obviously, but to come across your whips and see you create and see these things come to life, to me, in my opinion, how awesome. Especially your whips, right? Because I think whips really put the videos themselves. I think they really put the it really puts where people would look at and not realize what they're looking at, and then they see a whip with it as well. I think when you see a whip and you see the artwork come to life and you see the person creating it, it's like, that's when it becomes real, and it's because you're watching it form, and it's you doing it, and it's you creating it. But when you just see that final piece, it's like, whoa, man, somebody created this. And so I get that with so many of your creations, and so many of your artworks. And so when I watch the whip and I watch the video of it coming to life, that to me is like the most satisfying thing, because it's like, she really did create that. You know, she and so I think to me that's some of the most that's the best flattery that anyone can. It's because sometimes you look at stuff now, especially now, and people are like, is that AI? Did they use AI? Is that Photoshop? Is that collage
Mm-hmm.
art? How did they create that? And a lot of your work is different. It's the way you create. You just don't create something that's, that you add frames and you have different styles. It feels like it's your style, right? Your style is constantly evolving, whether it's through portrait or whether you're using little tricks, symbols, the way you do your backgrounds. It's just not a standard work of art or a standard work of. You're constantly testing stuff in the background, which I find fascinating because most people get, when they start something, they just get stuck on one certain thing. So to see you kind of evolving and your style evolving, your artwork evolving. You're not going to stop evolving. You're only going to continue to get better and better and better, And so that is I think when someone looks at a whip or someone looks at a piece of art and they can't believe someone created it, and then you see the whip behind it, it's like that's just the biggest form of flattery, a biggest compliment. Because some of this stuff, I'm like, huh? Like, I
Nice
don't.
to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have some great pieces up here, and it's nice to see them. It's nice to see the whips behind them too. I always tell people, I want to see a whip. I want to see a whip. But so many different things you do with these things, so many different styles. I'm gonna keep flicking here, and wow, we're 155 already. Okay. I feel like you get better towards the end too, and there's just so much here. I feel like we have to get through. So hang on while I flick a little more. Um, while I keep flicking through I should have Can up. We should touch on Can real quick. Can. It just kills me to bring up Can when we got your art. You know what? Let's talk about your art for a little bit longer, and then we'll bring up Can, and then we'll close out the show. Um, How about the future, right? What's the future hold for you? Is there anything out there that you want to create that maybe you haven't got to yet that you've seen? Are you going to strictly focus on, I mean, we talked about this briefly about maybe you might do physical pieces in the future. Um, but as far as you for the artist, just are you just going to continually get better and as the best you can at this? Are there things out there that you've seen that you want to do that we don't know yet? Styles, you got any thoughts of collections that might come to be? Something that, 2025? What's 2025 hold for Viorika?
Okay, I want to tell you one thing. When I come to NFT, I was thinking like I need to do this and this and this, and I will have this kind of result. But now I'm like in the process of creating. I'm just enjoying the process of being an NFT. So yeah, as much as I will have the opportunity to create, I will be in NFT and just share my new world, my new artworks with people. And the NFT world is changing so fast, and it's like, oh my god, as well, like roller coasters. Like it's changing. It's so different every time. You can predict and say that tomorrow will be this kind of style very good for selling. No, so for me, I will enjoy and I will create. And as I said, I am. I want to try to grow my skills on watercolor. Maybe I will do something like this because now I have the dark it's not dark collection, it's not dark, it's dark color, yeah, like blue and black and white, but it's not dark, it's bright collection. It's like dark color, but maybe I in in the future I will have the not possibility that I will need to do something very um, delicate like watercolor with bright colors, you know. I don't have the plans anymore. I just enjoy the road.
What's the deal with the guitar? Are you a musician? Do you sing? What part of the what part of your background did you not tell us?
Yeah, I love to sing. By the way, a lot of people already heard me singing on karaoke spaces.
Ah, is
Yeah, I
there
love to sing, and I was playing guitar since my 17, but I was never learn as well. No, I was trying to learn, but everything like by myself as well, you know. So it's I'm not a musician professional, but I just love to. I love music. I love to sing, and I love rock music, metal music as well. By the way, you can you can see it.
is that from the song you chose?
Huh? No, no.
Uh,
I choose a very beautiful song with a great message, I think.
you mentioned really quickly about the gamification of NFTs and things of that nature, and how you can include that. And is gamification a good way to get people learning and involved and interested in NFTs? You think?
For someone, it's interesting. It's a way to bring people in NFT. I don't know. I think the young people are very interested in gamification. The young generation that is really in the gamification, you know, in internet right now. So NFT can bring them some new possibilities to jump into this world through the gamification. So yeah, it's one of the ways.
Hey, do you ever stream when you create your art, Viorika?
Yes, yes, of course. I already mentioned it's a
I know
stream.
you mentioned it briefly that you streamed while creating a piece of
Yeah.
art, but I didn't ask you. Do you stream when you create all your art, or just
No, 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 no. It's a possibility that gave me and for a lot of artists gave the XLab community. By the way, it's another great the group of people that help to artists and made a beautiful, incredible stuff for artists, like this live stream when they have on YouTube as well, on Discord, when artists drawing live, and there are a lot of people. They have a discussion, in you know, such intelligent people are there. So interesting to be with them to talk, and you just spend 3-4 hours with them and drawing, and you have a lot of joy and I don't know. You enjoy this process so much, and also they have some live auctions for artists. They had already free auctions, and the auction goes live. So there are like 10 pieces of art and artists, and you have. The lot number one, you know, and everyone just made a beats. So I was a part of these auctions as a collector and as an artist. It's so emotional, so cool. So it's another way to present artists themselves. So they are doing amazing stuff. So uh, now they are promoting and help to artists to go to drip, so they really help and supporting artists. It's a Russian community, and it's not because of discrimination or something. You know, we would be super happy to have everyone in the community, but we speak Russian, and to express and to make uh, to make deals. It's easier for us in Russia. That's why. So yeah. So yeah, I was drawing live, and you can see in my link tree the link on this live
I
stream
have it.
creating
Hang on.
art.
Is
Yeah.
this it? So I'm not sure. I have a okay. So I have a YouTube open, and there's like a chat on the right hand side with Discord, and you are creating. Is this the? Is this what you're referring to?
Yes, it's a long
It's a
video.
4 hour.
4 hours, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
4 hours I was doing live, and everyone can hear all this discussion, that the elements that they added in the art, all the steps of the creating art.
I'm playing this for them now. Yeah, right. Because I've seen this piece of art from you. And then this is you during the live stream. Do you have a live stream on your own at all, or just?
No, I always, drawing, as I said, mostly at night, and when everyone's sleeping, and I sit on my bed with my iPad. I was drawing. I don't have the possibility to put all this phone video to make video of live stream. I would, but. And also, I'm so in the process that I forget about this. I forget sometimes to make some video of creating, even like a few minutes to show, because I'm so into the process, and I like realized that I forget to make some videos when the art is finished already. All that I have is time lapse.
Your sis is in the box. She said you are so amazing. Jackie's dropping comments.
Oh, Jackie. Mm-hmm.
So okay. I think just I think you should start streaming, man. So two birds with one stone, right? You're sitting there and you're creating 4, 5, 6 hours, in time blocks, where you're just sitting there and you're kind of drawing a piece. And, you're spending all of this time. And, yeah, you're recording the screen. But, you spend this 4 or 5 hour amount of time creating. Even more sometimes, right? Sometimes you even said 25 hours. It's a long time for some of these pieces. I would consider streaming. You creating, and give something X, right? So okay, let's get back to the house with the art on it, right? You seem like you have a knack at teaching. We saw the photos for that. And then obviously you sit here and you spend all the time creating as well. And then if you were to get a stream up, a live stream, right? And let's say you were to create while you were live streaming. Well, you don't necessarily have to answer people. Maybe you just sit there, maybe say hi, maybe people, and you did it consistently, which you seem to be very good at consistency. And then, people would expect to see, every Wednesday night or every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. She's, when you draw, like, I don't know your schedule. You know your schedule. And so the times that you're drawing and creating, if you gave people the ability to watch from scratch, and you know what, I want to see how she finishes that. I want to see how she's, and then you gave them an X, right? Or let's say YouTube. You took advantage of YouTube or X and then grew a following base, or the TikTok. They have a live there that's very good too. I would say if you focused on X and focused on TikTok, or wherever your fan base would be, and you began to grow it, I think there would be good potential for you to make not only tips, because they tip live stream, but you could possibly make some money off of the viewership, or how many people watched, or then, maybe you would take all of those pieces and then create a digital class that people could download and watch on their own for a couple dollars, right? And so I think if you opened up this aspect of your art too, because you're sitting there creating regardless, right? Viorika, you're sitting there, you're going through this whole process no matter what. Imagine if you just set your screen on live and let people watch while you're creating. You don't necessarily have to sit there and be hi, hello, hello, and not get distracted. But then again, you might be the person that might be like, all right, you know what? Wait, what brush are you using? All right, well, here, let's try this brush. It might not affect you. And in turn, it might give you another option to create supporters, right? For people to tune in, to say hi to you, to get to know your art. You would create views. Obviously, you could take short clips from this and send. And then if you were to put, these videos, obviously these videos so all these lives, right, they stream right to Facebook or they stream right to X. And so people have the ability to watch them. But the viewers, right, the more views you get to your profile, the more you might have the opportunity to monetize some of this. And you're doing it anyway. You're spending how many hours on these creations while you're creating, and it's not for everybody, right? Maybe you might find it as a distraction or another job or something else. But for me, if you could include streaming into your creating, I think it would open up a new world, right? And then people who are really fans of your art and they want to learn, maybe you even do like, so how X has the subscriber button, right? So maybe you would offer subscribers to Can, or subscribe for $1 or $2, and then my live streams of us creating our art is available to you, where you could tune in and watch, right? I don't know. I'm just ideas, right? I'm just sharing ideas with you. But if I had the ability to sit and create for 8 hours and draw, I used to do this on Twitch with my photos. I used to bring up my photos, go through my photos, and then I used to edit my photos live time. Hey, what's up? What's going on? Hello. I used to talk and go back and forth with people, but it was another way for me to be available during live stream, where people would say hi, drop it. Oh, I want to do a shoot, or, oh, hey, how did you do that? Or it would create conversation. And more people start now. Twitch, I don't necessarily think was the place for me, but X might be the place for you. TikTok might be a great option as well. You need 1,000 to get to that point where you can stream, but I don't think you would have a problem with that, especially with all of these whips. I don't know if you have a TikTok, but if you just started throwing up these little 20-second whips or little clips of you guys creating, you might do very well, So I think that's another option that I don't see you taking advantage of. But it might not be for you, right? That might not be your thing. So that's just something I wanted to throw out there. We're kind of coming to the end of the portfolio on IG, and look at how much your work has changed. And so I think that's like a really good advantage for you, right? Because your art changes from so many different styles in so many different ways that every time you would go live, you would have like a new course or a new example. Or tonight, we're going to do something in dark or light, or I don't know, just some thoughts off the top of my mind while I'm looking at everything and talking to you.
Thank you so much, Mark. Yes, of course I was thinking about this, and
you have a TikTok.
understand.
Yeah, okay. I just saw that now. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just realized you had a TikTok. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm not very active there. I just use it to watch it, But I'm not very public person, and I need to learn how to do this, because I like posting something, but I don't. I understand that I need to learn so much to make it beautiful, to make it how to say watchable, that people will be interesting to watch, to have all this stuff, to put the phone to be comfortable. Yeah,
Just
it's something that I need to work on.
Viorika, stream your screen. Just stream your screen. There's got to be a way to stream your screen without the phone and everything. And I see Kat. I don't know if you know Catalina. She's also a digital artist like yourself. She just streams her screen. I don't, I guess maybe she does it more on a computer and rather than a pad. And I don't even know if that option is available to the pad, but
Yeah, I need to, but I don't know how she made it.
And I think watercolor, right? Art Nas.
Mm-hmm.
Art Nas in not only Art Nas but Five Fidel, five.
Five video.
Yeah. So both of them, I think. So Art Nas, I just saw. So Art Nas has a watercolor class, and if you just talk to her about it, I don't know if she's still doing it, but now I seen she streamed a show or two of her doing watercolor. So I tell everybody, you got to get on X, you got to start streaming, and I think that opens up another thing. I think that opens up another avenue, right, for you, because your art and the way you create. I feel like if you were to add that piece, that weapon to your arsenal of talent, it gives you another octopus leg. Right, it gives you another way to get out there. It gives you another option for people. Hey, check out my digital online classes. Go see what I'm doing over here. Ask questions while I'm creating. And then it gives you another branch to get out there even further. I want to show your hug. We have your hug. Your hug is up. This is
Thank
her.
you. Thank you for your advices.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I should listen to my own advice too. But we're always great at giving advice and not taking it. This is I always but I actually did stream for a while. I wanted to show everybody your hug. I wanted to show everybody your I did want to go through your IG. Up here really quick, I'm going to touch on this. This is your object. Guys, if you want to see her art on the blockchain, you can check it out right here. This is her object. And these are all the pieces that she's created that we flicked through that you guys saw on IG. Even some stuff here not on IG. But very nicely split up into collections. She has a few collections here. Hang on. We have the Cyber Portal collection. Did you animate these as well, Viorika?
Yes, the cyber portal is AI collection
Okay.
that I made in AI artworks using AI, and then I was drawing it, make it more clean and beautiful with Procreate, and animated it. So this was my first collection animated. Then I tried animations and. I know that's cool. That was another experiment, another tool like AI that I don't use very often. Yeah, it was only in this collection, but it was interesting to understand, to study what is AI about and what can I do as a creative person with AI artworks. So yeah, I think AI gives to artists a lot of opportunity if it's artist like um, to to see all this beauty, as we said before, like to see the composition, to use it as a reference, to see some elements, and to use it as reference for your creation, like I did, for example, in this collection. um yeah.
I have your ink collection up as well. I love this piece, Dagger. Um, this is the one that kind of always catches my eye whenever I'm scrolling through. But lots of different styles, lots of different it's just oh, how do I get it? What did I do here? A lot of different styles. When you come through when you go through your artwork, and that's really nice to see because I think a lot of people get stuck. And you don't seem to ever get stuck. A lot of I don't know what to do next, and you're like I'll learn a new style, and yeah, so that's yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good thing because a lot of times people, well, I don't know what to do, and I don't, to me, there's never enough to do. Yeah, there's always so much. So it's nice to see your style evolve. Let me make sure I got everything up. I did. Oh, okay. I do have your open C. Yeah, known origin is history. But I do have your open C up here from
the history as well.
yeah, I know. A lot of sites come and go, a lot of marketplaces came and gone. That's, it's I always say object seems to weather the storm, man. They have a really nice site. Object, and it just does not seem to go anywhere, and it just seems to stay steady, and everybody on it seems to be very happy selling art, going back and forth, and everybody seems pretty happy with Object, and it's a very good site too on top of it. I think maybe because of, a lot of people get on there, they bring the price of art down. It's not extraordinary, and that's what I think keeps it moving, right? It makes the art affordable. You could get pieces from artists that maybe you would never be able to afford if you went to their foundation or, maybe a live piece of art. The last thing I want to show is Can. I have your how I met you, right? How I met you guys on the Can community site, which you guys can easily check out their Can community show, where they talk a lot about Can community and introduce it for the first time. But maybe you could speak about this real quick, and then we'll close out, Viorika.
Yes, I don't know what to speak more about. We can do a lot of shows about NFT because we have already 1 year and we have a lot of amazing artists, and we always make some art challenges for arts, some collab collections that we are trying to promote, to move, to some platforms, to new platforms, to push some new artists that need some support. So yeah, we are the real family. uh, that's that sounds like very pathos. No, I don't know how to say it in English, but this is true. So we begin our day with going in this chat. There are already like 800 messages from each other. Like there are some jokes, some serious stuff, some if anyone needs to express their bad emotions, everything is possible there. And we really are ready to put our shoulder of support to everyone in every question that they have. And this is so how to say, sincere, so honest, so natural.
Sincere. Yeah, sincere. Okay.
So natural, as we said. Like if it would be natural, it will be closed very soon. Like it will be lived like 1 month, maybe 2 months, and we just understood that something that living naturally, that is this growing and
well,
every time
it's a very you're basing it on very sincere, genuine, and natural, right? And so it's growing naturally, and it's just kind of becoming its own community on its own because you're real. You guys are not fake, and I could see that from the minute we did the first show with you guys. And that's why I think, you're having the success that you do. Um, Viorika, how can somebody reach out if they want to contact and be a part of CAN? Or I know you guys have on your page, you have the CAN community on that they can apply on your X page. But, if they want to reach you guys, how can they reach you?
Of course, they can DM. Our DMs are open. They can DM me, Jackie, here or on Instagram. They can go through this link that I have on my bio. Jackie have their bio. There are another link that will take them on our Telegram group when everyone can go and see what we have there. So the way is very simple. Just and we have every time we have a new members, and we are so grateful for all this um, credit that artists give us. And we always trying to not disappoint everyone, because we are not thinking about this, oh my god, we need to do something only to not disappoint it. No. But it's as well, we take this responsibility for everyone who come to us and to give us this credit. So we understand this responsibility, and we understand that mm, it's our reputation, it's our face, and it's the personality what we shows here. Yeah, it's not so easy, but when it's natural, as we said, when it's genuine, as we said, it's more easier, and we trying to do our best, and we do it honest.
And just to point out that in your CAN community right now, I was just showing everybody the CAN community. 206 members off of the X page, and growing, and very active. You guys are in there posting and posting away. You mentioned that you did have a Telegram that people can join and grab as well. Okay. Viorika, let's start saying goodbye to everybody here. Before we say goodbye, what's the best place somebody can find you, see more of your art? Where would you suggest them to go if they want to reach out to you, DM you, collect art, or see more of your art? Yeah, where would
Yeah.
you?
I'm most active here in X. I don't have a lot of time for social media, but I'm not very active as Jackie on Instagram. I love her reels, but I don't do a lot of reels
Yeah,
and
Jackie's
stories.
a beast over on Instagram
Yeah,
with those reels, man. She really knows how to promote CAN.
I'm like
She's
a gray cardinal, I'm like in the shadow a little bit. But yeah, I'm mostly here on X or Instagram. Just my DM is always open. So um, yeah, if I have the time, and if I see the message, I will respond. But I want to say that I not every time just go to DM and to check it. So I'm a lazy person. Oh my god, I need to do it more often.
well, I have your X up next to you so everybody can see your X. This is her X. And then this right here is her CAN community. Also, if you click on the link tree, her link tree, that'll bring you to everything that I brought up and showed you guys today. It has the YouTubes that we were talking about. It has, okay, I showed you guys her Instagram. This is her Instagram as well, where you could see a lot of her art. Then there's Hug. We got Hug, which is a nice portfolio build up of all of her art as well, which you can check out. Which I love Hug, by the way. I think Hug is a great site.
Mhm.
And then down here, you see all of her. You can find her foundation, which we showed you guys. There's an open sea, but I don't know how much is left there. on OpenSea. Let's see. I thought I had your foundation. I'm pretty sure I had. No, this was your object. Your object. Your object. Where is your foundation? Okay, here it is. This is her foundation, which I want to bring this up and show everybody your foundation. Yeah, okay. Good, good, good. Foundation, object. This is her object. All right. And then also, let's not forget about the CAN community website, which I showed you guys. So you can find all of this stuff on her page right here. And I just wanted to show all that. All right. Viorika, hang on one second. I'm going to start resetting these windows back to normal. And then we're going to give everybody a good goodbye. Wow. Let me change this battery real quick, because whenever we go over 2 hours, my camera battery never makes it. And that way I could switch back to the screen. You could see me, and then we could say goodbye to everybody. And see how fast that went, Viorika?
Yeah, 2 hours and a half, so fast, like, because it was a great conversation with you, Mark. Thank you so much.
Yep.
It was really so relaxing, so nice to talk with you, and thank you everyone who was listening, who was watching for us. It's just wow.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how fast 2.5 hours go, especially when you're sitting there talking about your art. All right, let me get this camera up. Where is my cam? There it is. My camera's up and working. Everything's good. We're all live. Okay, very good. Okay, Viorika. Wait, let me switch the camera back so you can see me. So you don't. Nope. There we go. Let me put this back here so it doesn't feel like you're talking to an empty desk. All right. Okay. So, Viorika, we told everybody how to reach out to you, how to see you, how to join CAN if they want to become part of the CAN community. Quick question. Can anybody join CAN, or do you have to be Russian? How's that work?
Everybody can, but everything we have a chat on Russian. We have all the educational materials on Russian, information on Russian, because it's more easier for us. We just doing it every day, so it's like. But there are some translated pages.
Okay, okay. You got it. Yeah.
So everyone can come to us, and everyone can jump to the. But I don't know if it will be interesting, to translate every word. But of course, we are open for everyone. We just create a contest for everyone in NFT community, and we just finished it, and it was absolutely incredible, amazing, so big, so fantastic. We have a lot of supporters, and the collectors and the artists who supported this idea, and the artworks were from all of the world. The artists from every language. We don't have this. Oh my god! Okay. Well.
You're almost at the end. We're almost there, Viorika. Okay. So you know what? I was gonna say that I met you during the time period where you guys were having your Halloween contest or your Halloween event, and you had keys all over the place, and keys unlocked the art, and everybody submitted, and that looked like you had a lot going on with that key. And I said, these guys, that looked like they really got a good little event going on here. I know that you just recently had another one as well. And it sounds like that was very successful as well. But I really took notice during that. I said, what are all these keys for? And what are they all drawing keys about? And so your community is very well knit. Everybody is on the same page and everybody is well invested. So you guys really grew a very strong community. And so I want to say congratulations on that. Before we say goodbye to everybody, you and Jackie really did a great job with your community, and it's a very strong one. Um, so before we say goodbye today, Viorika, maybe before you can leave us with some encouraging words or some inspirational words for all the other artists out there that might be trying to figure out their way around, or maybe picked up a tablet and started drawing for the first time, or might be stumbling into NFTs for the first time and are like, yeah, this is not for me. This looks really complicated. Yeah, maybe you could leave us with some words of inspiration.
Yes, with huge pleasure. You know what I understood all this almost 3 years in NFT, that the artists need to less the expectations from this platform. Just enjoy the process. Just enjoy the knowledge that you have from all the community, the new possibilities, new people that you met, new spaces, and new skills that you have from all of this. And just create, be yourself, be confident, and that's are you doing. Because, as I said, if you have in your mind that you can, you will do it, because it's all in your hands. So believe in yourself and just enjoy the process of everything in your life.
Okay. All right. Viorika, you could take a deep breath now. You're good to go. You just did I think a 2.5 hour show, which is pretty impressive. Good job. Yeah.
I'm impressed as well.
You're gonna sleep good tonight. You have one last question to answer. We need a song to play out on, and then you're free.
Yes, we will listen the song "Enjoy the Ride" by Marchiba.
Okay, well, shit, that fits
It's
all
my
the
message.
yeah. That's a good message. It fits the theme of the show.
Yes.
Good job. All right, Viorika, good job on the show. I want to thank you
Thank
for
you.
I want to thank you for coming on the show. I want to thank you for your time, and then your knowledge, and then not only that, but sharing your journey throughout life, as well as throughout the NFT world, right? And then I want to thank you for helping out with you guys were the second community show right after ours. And so I want to say that you guys kicked off something inspirational, because now we're 12, 13 shows deep into community shows. And just look back, and I can't believe such a long time ago. But I remember a Sketch telling me, she's like, "Yes, we got a community," and I'm like, "All right, cool. What community? Community." I'm like, "All right, well, let's do it." And so you guys jumped on first, and so yeah, you guys had nothing but successful shows. So I want to thank you guys for being part of HOP. I'm happy I got a chance to get both of you guys single spotlight shows. And I appreciate your time, your energy, your knowledge, and everything for coming on the show very much. Thank you so much, Viorika.
Likewise, Mark. Thank you so much for organizing this kind of shows, and give this opportunity to spotlight artists and communities, and so detailed. Thank you so much. I don't know if I had this opportunity before like this. So you did a great job as well. So thank you so much. I'm so grateful. Appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome, Viorika. I just love art, and I love getting to know about artists. And I just as it's like you said, find something that you love to do. And this is outside of my art, I love to, dive into artists' life and just see what's going on. I want to know what's going on. I want to know who's creating what and what you're doing. And I got questions, but I appreciate you very much. You are free to go. You can bounce. You can take a deep breath. You're good. I can close out the show. You can hang around the wave, but you don't have to. I'm gonna close out the show. It'll take me about 5 minutes, but you're more than welcome to bounce out of the meeting and go about your life. And I know you got stuff going on over there, so up to you. But either way, thank you so much.
Thank you one more time. Thank you.
All right, guys. So Viorika, you guys got a chance to meet her, which the other half of the CAN community leadership, which her and Jackie came on. It's been my point to want to bring on the community leaders of all of these community shows. Now, I feel like the majority of them are artists or have some art going on or something going on. And so they spend a lot of time and focus on their communities and helping other artists. And I thought it was only right that them as artists should come on the show as well. And what a treat to get to see these guys and see their art and look at everything that they're doing and get to learn. I said, what's Viorika's art and, Jackie's art, getting a chance to see these guys create digital art and watch their careers grow over time. And not only that, but get to learn about them and what has created them and made them the artists that they are today. Because, I only had a chance to meet them, 3 months ago. So how do you learn about a person's entire life in 2 hours? But try to do the best on the show. Okay, we got one more show left for the end of the year. I'm pretty sure our guest is Anna. She said she put it down in her calendar. She will be closing out the year with us. That's next week on Monday. It's Friday. The hour of power is over. Let me switch back this camera real quick because she probably bounced. She did. Let me do this. I forgot to do this. Okay. So sorry about that, IG. So I think we will have an update show with Anna. Anna was one of the very first guests to come on the show. Back when we moved it over to X and we started taking off once we started bringing on all the artists. We have one more show to close out the year, y'all. January 1st, interesting. We're going to have an interview, but it's going to be a little different. It's going to be my interview. And so Catalina Uma, who have you seen focused on the show, approached me and she said, Mark, I would love to interview you. And she wouldn't she said it a couple times. And I listened. And so I think Kat will be taking the helm of Hour of Power on Wednesday. And January 1st might be my interview. Yeah, so that's going to be interesting. We're going to do some tests this weekend. Anything might change, but that might be happening on Wednesday. I might be kicking off January 1st with an interview. Kat's going to have to pull out the magnifying glass and go through my life. On that note, TGIF is next, which hopefully it's running right now, and I'll probably just move over there and jump in. You guys are welcome to come join us at TGIF. A little bit different today. We had to make a little bit of changes because of Viorika's work schedule. So we had to run the show a little bit later, but next week we'll return back to normal hours, which is 9 to 11. We just had to change it up a little bit this year. So on that note, y'all, I want to wish you all a happy Friday. Have a good happy Friday. And definitely have a great, happy holidays as well. A lot of different holidays going on. And then we got New Year's coming up next week. So I want to wish everybody a great weekend. Weekends are for creating art, y'all. And on that note, we're gonna sign out to Viorika's song. So give me 1 second to move over there. I did have a cat that wanted to get out. Snickers, where are you? You want to go out? I got cats. They want to go out. They want to go in. All right. On that note, Let's see. Let's bring up everybody. Okay. Let's bring up Viorika's art real quick. All right, we got this. Yes, sir. Okay. And then let's bring up her track. She did drop us a track. Where are we? All right, here we are. Bum, bum, bum. Bring this open. Bring this. And where are you? Here we are. Got that many messages that quick, huh? All right. Viorika said there was a song. There was a message in this song. And hang on. Don't start yet. Let me bring up the full vert screen. Let me bring this up right here. I'm going to slide this vertical screen over. That's not the way to do it. There we go. I'm going to bring up her art full screen. Hang on, y'all, while I get everything situated. You know what? I got a better way to do this. Let's do it like this. There we go. Let's go back to this way because at least you guys can see all the art. Okay. On this note, y'all. Did this move? No, that didn't move. That's right there. And then let's go back to full screen here. Okay. All right, y'all. We're going to flick through some of Viorika's art to close. And I will see all of you guys on the next show. Till then, be good. Peace. Keep creating. Keep doing your thing. And that's, you know what? Son of a bitch. That's the name of the show. Enjoy the ride. Sometimes the names of the shows come to me towards the end of us doing these shows. And I don't always know the right name to... I don't always know the right name for the show or the right what to call the show. But yeah, it should have been enjoy the ride. But on that note, y'all, I'll see all you guys next week on the Hour of Power. Till then.
Shut the gates at sunset, after that you can't get out. You can see the bigger picture, find out what it's all about. You're open to the skyline, you won't wanna go back home. In a garden full of angels, you won't ever be alone. But oh, the road is long, the stones that you are walking on have gone. With the moonlight to guide you, feel the joy of being alive. The day that you stop running is the day that you arrive. And the night that you got locked in was the time to decide. Stop chasing shadows, just enjoy the ride. If you close the door to your house, don't let anybody in. It's a room that's full of nothing, no blood underneath your skin. You're faced against the window, you can watch it fade to gray. But you'll never catch the fickle wind if you choose to stay. But oh, the road is long, the stones that you are walking on have gone. With the moonlight to guide you, feel the joy of being alive. The day that you stop running is the day that you arrive. And the night that you got locked in was the time to decide. Stop chasing shadows, just enjoy the ride. Stop chasing shadows, just enjoy the ride. chasing shadows, just enjoy the ride. With the moonlight to guide you, feel the joy of being alive. The day that you stop running is the day that you arrive. And the night that you got locked in was the time you decide. Stop chasing shadows, just enjoy the ride. 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 They shut the gates at sunset. After that, you can't get out. You can see the bigger picture, find out what it's all about. You're open to the skyline. You won't wanna go back home. In a garden full of angels, you won't ever be alone. But oh, the road is long. The stones that you are walking on have gone. With the moonlight to guide you, feel the joy of being alive. The day that you stop running is the day that you arrive. And the night that you got locked in was the time to decide. Stop chasing shadows, just enjoy the ride. If you close the door to your house, don't let anybody in. It's a room that's full of nothing, no blood underneath your skin. Your face against the window, you can watch it fade to gray. But you'll never catch the fickle wind if you choose to stay. But oh, the road is long. The stones that you are walking on have gone. With the moonlight to guide you, feel the joy of being alive. The day that you stop running is the day that you arrive. And the night that you got locked in was the time to decide. Stop chasing shadows, just enjoy the ride. Stop chasing shadows, just enjoy the ride. With the moonlight to guide you, feel the joy of being alive. The day that you stop running is the day that you arrive. And the night that you got locked in was the time to decide.
Should have gave shout outs, but I missed them.
Chasing shadows, just enjoy the ride.
What up, Utasaga?
Moonlight to guide you, feel the joy of being alive. The day that you stop running is the day that you arrive.
Want to thank all you guys for tuning in and watching. I see all you guys. Till the next one.
Stop chasing shadows, just enjoy the ride.
Peace.
Stop chasing shadows, just enjoy the ride. Stop chasing shadows, just enjoy
Be in TGIF. Come and say hello.
Stop chasing shadows, just
Shout out to
enjoy
Jackie.
the ride.
Shout out to all you other guys who stopped in. See all you guys on the next show.
You're in sync.
Every Every time, YouTube, every time.